I am Dr. Mrs. Suvarna Prashant Patil. I am working as Assistant Professor in Department of Statistics, Sadhguru Gadge Maharaj College, Karad. Okay, we start with our properties of estimators. In previous lectures, we start with our first unit number 1, point estimation. In that, we have completed definition of estimators, estimates, and then we started with properties of estimators. First property we have completed unbiasedness, then also efficiency, and then we start with the property consistency. In this property we have seen in previous lecture definition of consistency and solved some examples of consistent estimator. Means we have shown that if our random sample taken from normal distribution with a parameter mu sigma square, then sample mean is consistent estimator for population mean. Also we have seen sample variance and sample mean square are consistent estimators for population variance sigma square. Okay. In unbiasedness we have completed same examples, means sample mean is unbiased estimator for population mean. Also sample mean is consistent estimator for population mean. Second one, sample variance is not unbiased estimator for population variance sigma square, but sample variance is consistent estimator for population variance sigma square. Then third example we have completed that sample mean square. Sample mean square is unbiased and also consistent estimator for population variance sigma square. Then we start with our next examples. Okay, in that here we start with our this example, that is that let x1, x2, xn be random sample from any population having mean mu, means its population mean mu and population variance sigma square. Then we have to check whether these two estimators are consistent or not. Okay. In that we start with our first example, first estimator, that is nx bar divided by n plus 1, and then we solve this example. Okay. Suppose this is our statistic, we consider here as a t is equal to nx bar divided by n plus 1. Here we have to check whether this statistic, this estimator is consistent estimator or not. For that purpose we use our sufficient condition of consistency. In last lecture we have seen sufficient condition of consistency. In short I have write down here. Let Tn be a sequence of estimators is said to be consistent estimator if expectation of Tn goes to its parameter mu as n tends to infinity, and its variance goes to 0 as n tends to infinity. This is a large sample property. Then we say that our estimator Tn is a consistent estimator for parameter mu. Okay. Here our estimator is this one, Tn is equal to nx bar divided by n plus 1. Here first we calculate expectation of a Tn and then calculate variance of a Tn. Okay. Here now we have find out expectation of a Tn, which is equal to expectation of n x bar divided by n plus 1. Okay. By properties of expectation, n upon n plus 1 constant take outside the bracket and expectation of x bar is here. Okay. Which is equal to n divided by n plus 1. Then what is expectation of x bar? In this example they have given that expectation of x is equal to mu, and we know that if expectation of x is equal to mu, then expectation of x bar, here I write down, since expectation of x is equal to mu, then expectation of x bar is also mu. Okay. Sample mean is unbiased estimator for population mean mu. So expectation of x bar is equal to mu. Here we write expectation of x bar is equal to mu. Means here we have find out that expectation of a Tn is equal to n divided by n plus 1 mu. Here Tn is nx bar divided by n plus 1. Hence this estimator is not unbiased estimator for population parameter mu. Okay. This first here we have proved that unbiased means this statistic nx bar divided by n plus 1 is not unbiased estimator for mu, because bias is there. This bias n upon n plus 1 appears here. Okay, but here we have to find out consistency. For consistency we take limit of both sides because it is a large sample property. As n tends to infinity, we have to find out whether this goes to mu or not. So our next step is that we have to take limits of both sides. Okay, then here I will write down limit of both sides. So limit n tends to infinity. Okay, limit n tends to infinity, this limit expected value of our estimator, which is n x bar divided by n plus 1, limit n tends to infinity, n divided by n plus 1 mu. Okay, now mu is constant here. Now we have to find out limit n tends to infinity. We divide this n term to this term, 1 divided by n1 plus 1 divided by n. Okay, 1 divided by n, here n is tends to infinity, so 1 upon infinity is 0. 1 divided by 1 plus 0 is 1, so which is equal to mu into 1 means here mu means what here we have find out. We have find out that limit n tends to infinity. Okay, what is Tn here? Tn is nx bar divided by n plus 1, means limit n tends to infinity, expectation of our estimator is equal to mu, means our first condition is satisfied here. Okay, that as n tends to infinity, this estimator goes to mu. So first condition here is satisfied. Now we have to find out this second condition, variance of Tn. Okay, if that variance of Tn goes to 0, then we say that this Tn is consistent estimator. Now we have to find out our variance of a Tn. Okay, so nx bar divided by n plus 1. Okay, by definition of variance, we take square of these constants, n square n plus 1 bracket square variance of x bar. Okay, since given information is that they have given population variance is sigma square. What is our given information? Variance of x is equal to sigma square, and we know that variance of x bar is equal to sigma square y. This we have to in our previous lectures. Okay, variance of x bar is equal to sigma square divided by n. So substitute these values here, n square n plus 1 bracket square variance of x bar is sigma square divided by n. This n here square get cancelled, then what happens here? N divided by n plus 1 bracket square sigma square. Okay, now we have to check that if we take limits of both sides as n tends to infinity, if our variance goes to 0, then we prove that this Tn is a consistent estimator since our first condition is satisfied. Okay, now see here. Okay, taking limits of both sides, variance of Tn is equal to n. Here we take a limit n tends to infinity, n divided by n plus 1 bracket square sigma square. This is our quantity. Sigma square is here constant, only we have to take limit n tends to infinity, n divided by n plus 1 bracket square. Okay, and all of you know that if we take limit of this quantity, it becomes 0. You can check it. You have studied it by standard that taking limit of this quantity tends to 0. Sigma square multiplied by 0, which is equal to 0. Means here we satisfy our second condition is that as n tends to infinity, variance of our Tn means variance of this estimator goes to 0. Also we satisfy here our first condition that expected value of this estimator goes to mu when we take n large. Means here we satisfies our both conditions, that is expectation of Tn. Tn means nx bar divided by n plus 1 goes to mu as n tends to infinity. Okay. Also variance of this estimator nx bar divided by n plus 1 goes to 0 as n tends to infinity. Hence, our estimator Tn is equal to nx bar divided by n plus 1 is consistent estimator for whom? Is consistent estimator for population parameter mu or for population mean mu. Okay, this we have to here. Means our this estimator nx bar divided by n plus 1, here we have to show that these two conditions are satisfied. Hence, it is consistent estimator for population mean mu. But only if we calculate expected value of this quantity which is not equal to mu. Hence, this estimator is not unbiased but it is a consistent estimator for population parameter mu. If in your exam question will be asked that show that or find out any estimator or give an example of, give an illustration or give an example of any estimator which is not unbiased but consistent, then you have to show that this statistic is not unbiased but it is a consistent estimator for population mean mu. Also we have one more example, that sample variance. If our random sample taken from normal distribution with a parameter mu sigma square, then we have seen in previous example that sample variance is not unbiased but it is a consistent. Okay, this is also same example in that manner. This estimator is not unbiased but consistent estimator for population mean mu. In that example, sample variance is not unbiased but consistent estimator for population variance sigma square. Okay, difference is that in that case means in sample variance is not unbiased but consistent. But for which estimator? For population variance sigma square. And here this Tn is not unbiased but consistent for population mean mu. Means in question or in question paper, if you ask, give an illustration of example which is not unbiased but consistent estimator for population mean mu, then you will give this example. But if they ask, you have to show that one estimator, or you have to find out one estimator which is not unbiased but consistent for population variance sigma square, then you prove that example, that is our sample variance S square. Okay, this is the difference between population variance sigma square and for population mean mu. Okay, now we take one another example, or we have to check consistency of that example, that whether this estimator is consistent or not. Second example here we take Tn is equal to, second example is that 2 summation I xi divided by n into bracket n plus 1. I is running from 1 to n. Okay, this is our second example. Same way here we have find out expected value of a Tn and also find out variance of Tn. Then we take limits of both sides as n tends to infinity, and whether we have to check which is consistent estimator or not. Same procedure. So here first we calculate expectation of Tn. All of you know now definition or properties of expectation. I will take some properties here. 2 divided by n into bracket n plus 1, expectation of summation I xi, here I is running from 1 to n, which is equal to 2 divided by n into bracket n plus 1 summation I is running from 1 to n. Okay, variable is here expectation of this x. Okay, in this example they have given that expectation of x is equal to mu, so we substitute this value here. Means expectation of Tn is equal to, see here this is constant, 2 divided by n into bracket n plus 1 summation I is a variable, so we write down here as it is summation I, and expectation of x is mu, which is a constant. Okay, they have given that sample here. We have taken sample having population mean mu, so also mu is constant, taking outside 2 mu n into bracket n plus 1 summation I all of you know that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on up to n. I have write down here 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus so on up to n. Okay, so 2 mu n divided by n plus 1, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, what is series this, n divided by n plus 1, n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, sum of n natural numbers, all of you know, you have studied in 12th standard. So this becomes cancel, and we have find out that here expectation of a Tn is equal to mu. Means directly without taking limit we have find out this value, expected value of a Tn is equal to mu. In previous example there is a bias n upon n plus 1, but here there is no bias. Here we have find out directly expected value of Tn is equal to mu, meaning is that this Tn, okay, is unbiased estimator of mu. This first we have to do here, and then we check consistency. For consistency we take limit of both sides as n tends to infinity. Here we first prove that it is an unbiased estimator. Now we have to prove that whether it is consistent or not. So limit n tends to infinity, expected value of a Tn is equal to limit n tends to infinity mu, and we know that limit of constant is a constant, so which is equal to mu. Means here we prove that our first condition of consistency is that expectation of a Tn convergent in probability to mu, or it goes to mu as n tends to infinity. This first condition here we satisfy here. Now our second condition is that we have to find out variance of a Tn. Okay, if that variance goes to 0, then we say that this Tn is consistent. Here only first condition is satisfied. Now we have satisfied our second condition. Okay, so our second condition, variance of a Tn. Okay, so here variance of a Tn is Tn our 2 summation I xi divided by n into bracket n plus 1. I is running from 1 to n. So by definition of variance you have to take square of these constants outside the bracket. 4 n square n plus 1 bracket square, variance of summation I xi, I is running from 1 to n. So here 4 divided by n square n plus 1 bracket square summation I is running from 1 to n. By taking definition of variance, here it becomes I square, and here we write down variance of x. Okay, in given example they have given that variance of x is equal to sigma square, so I write down directly here sigma square. Also this sigma square is a constant, so we take outside bracket or outside summation, so we write down here. Instead of writing 2 steps, I can change here only this step. 4 sigma square, these constants are taken outside the summation, so summation I square. Now we have to take sum of this I square. I is running from 1 to n. Okay, so variance of a Tn is equal to 4 sigma square divided by n square n plus 1 bracket square summation I square means 1 square, 2 square plus 3 square plus so on up to n square, and sum of square of n natural numbers, what is series, that series you have learned in 12th standard. So you remember that series, 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus so on n square is n into bracket n plus 1 2n plus 1 divided by 6. Okay, so here some terms are cancelled, n plus 1 get cancelled, and remaining terms are here. Then we have take limit of both sides. I have write down here limit n tends to infinity, variance of Tn. Okay, I will make change here only, instead of writing all these terms, limit n tends to infinity, and limit n tends to infinity means here we substitute n infinity in all these figures, whether there is n, you have to take limit in detail, solve this, and you have find out that I directly write down that sigma square multiplied by limit of this quantity becomes 0. Sigma square multiplied by 0 is 0. Okay. There are two terms. You solve this by using properties or by using definition of limits. Okay. Means here we prove that expected value of Tn goes to mu. Okay. Expectation of Tn goes to mu as n tends to infinity and variance of Tn goes to 0 as n tends to infinity. Hence, Tn is equal to 2 summation I xi divided by n into bracket n plus 1 is. Here we will show that it is a consistent estimator, and also in first example, you solve this is unbiased estimator. So I write down here Tn is unbiased. I write down here short form unbiased estimator and also consistent estimator for which population parameter mu. Okay. So this is our second example. In this example, we prove that this estimator is unbiased and also consistent. Okay. Thank you.